So the next prototype I wanted to make progress on is The Light is Dying, which is where you follow a ghost through a level, and then your recording of the level becomes someone else's ghost, and so on and so forth. So this was going to be a platformer, and I'd made a platformer before, so I wasn't too far out of my skill set. So I started by making some blocks that fall down. When the player walks over the blocks, they fall down. Next, I worked on adding a moving platform. And one of the nice things about this kind of game is a lot of the pieces of the game can kind of work independently of each other, but still create interesting interactions between them. So for example, you don't want to wait on these blocks that might fall, but also you need to wait for the platform to come down. Next, I worked on adding some kind of seesaw thing, only this seesaw was disconnected in the middle. I'm still trying to figure out how the joint physics work in Unity, so this was a bit of trial and error. I think at this stage, the mechanics I have in the game are not necessarily that important. What's important is it feels like it's a platformer game. So now on to creating ghosts. So in order to have a ghost, you have to have a recording of some sort. So I added some mechanism to sample the position of the player at some regular interval, and then store that data for later. Then, using that data, I moved another object, which would be the ghost. So even though here you can see me first playing through the level and then seeing the ghost follow behind me, in the real game the ghost would go first and then you would follow the ghost. Next, I had to add a light to the ghost and make it the only light source in the game. That way the game has some kind of challenge to it. Originally I set out to answer a few questions. One of them was, is it even fun to follow around someone in the dark? And actually, even with this basic level, I kind of feel like it was already pretty fun. However, an entire game being in the dark, I'm not sure that's something that people would want to play. I'm still thinking about it. Anyway, thanks for following me in my game dev journey. Hope to see you again.